Okay, hello YouTube. Good afternoon. We are starting a new immersion in English, 100% in English. I'm here with Arnaldo and Maria. Today we'll talk about exploring different cultures. And before we start, I do a quick introduce how TNT works. So TalkTalk is a platform to develop your language skills and achieve fluency. And within the platform, we have English, Spanish, Italian, German, and French. I think I didn't say French. And our philosophy is don't correct the others, be respectful, and the main point here is practice your speaking and have fun in the process. Here is a safe place to practice, okay? So just enjoy the conversation and increase your vocabulary, grammar, expression, and things like that. So remember, I'm not English teacher. I'm just a student facilitator in search of my fluency in the language, just like you. I think that's it. So let's go. I introduce myself. My name is Suelen. I'm 29. I live in a small city in Rio de Janeiro with my family. I have a degree in human resource and post-graduation degree in organizational psychology. And in my free time, I like to read books, fantasy books. Eat barbecue because I love barbecue. And yeah, I think that's about me. So Maria, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Maria Eduarda. I'm 27. I work as a data analyst. Right now, I'm with my family in Paraguaçu Paulista. It's a really small city in São Paulo state. I'm here on Talk and Talk since May last year, and I want to improve my communication skills in English because of my job. And right now, I don't have a specific hobby, but I'm trying to cooking more and improve my abilities in cooking because I'm not so good at it. And also, I'm watching a novel, Beleza Fatal, and I'm a little addicted in this novel right now.
Thank you, Maria. My mother loved to watch drama and this these series and things like that. I don't watch so much, and for a long time I don't watch series, and I don't remember if I already watched drama. But thank you, Maria, for your sharing. Arnaldo, how about you?
Firstly, my wife love this K-drama, C-drama. My wife and my daughters too. Okay, my name is Arnaldo. I live in São Paulo, specifically Carapicuíba. This is a medium-sized city. I am 40 years old, and I'm married. I have two daughters. I have background with biology. I was a biology teacher um, for a long time, and I'd like to change to another career because I'm trying with my profession. And my free time, I like practice activities, outdoors activities, such as hiking, uh, play football with my friends, and sometimes I like to eat barbecue too. And I like cooking too. I and that's it. You are mute.
Oh my God, I'm saying a lot of things and I was mute. I said, if you love to cook every day or just in the weekend, because a lot of people say, I love to cook, but just cooking in the weekend. So you like to cook every day because I know when we cook every day is exhaustive because you have to think. what will we do to what will make to eat, you know? Thing in I don't know how to say cardápio, menu, maybe, you know. Do you prefer to cook every day or just in the weekend?
Uh, I to be honest, I prefer cooking for a lot of people, but sometimes
Mhm.
today is very exhausted and
Like a
boring.
hobby.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I say it because I know it's very exhaustive. If I have to cook every day, maybe I hate to cook, you know, because I don't like to do all the time and every day the same thing, you know. Okay, guys.
I remember when I worked in my first job in McDonald's. I cooking uh every day for a long time, for a day, very exhausted. Uh,
Yeah, I imagine. Okay, so let's go to the question. So, Maria, I start with you. What country do you think has the most interesting culture and why?
I never thought about it like just one country, but I don't know. Right now, I'm watching some videos from some countries in Asia, like Thailand, Vietnam, and I'm start to thinking that their culture is really different from Brazil because they have different religion, different ways to live, think about job, about everything. And for me, it's completely different. I don't know it's the most interesting culture, but right now I'm learning about some traditions in Asia, and I'm think it's interesting. But also in Brazil, I think we have a really interesting culture because in every region we have different culture. Even at the same city, like São Paulo, we have different culture at the same city. So I believe that Brazil is a big name. But beside that, I'm start to learn about Asia. So for me, Asia is interesting too.
Mhm. Yeah, you said about Thailand and the I used to see in social media, maybe YouTube because I don't have Instagram and TikTok, but I see on YouTube people saying that Brazil and Thailand have something similar, like the energy, you know, like people like
Yeah.
party and things like that, you know, the I don't know how to say that in English, animação
Yes,
to
they are
the
very
party.
party hard. In
Mhm.
I'm seeing this in some videos. They have a lot of celebrations, like in Brazil. It's not like carnival, but they have a lot of holidays and celebrations during the year.
Mhm.
And they love tourists. I'm seeing on the videos. I don't know if this is true, but they love tourists because it's a tourist country, so it's
Mhm.
something good for them.
Yeah, and you see that is different that maybe um Europe because there go a lot of tourists, but they don't like so much like Brazilian and Thai people, you know. So
Yeah,
it's
yes.
different.
Even Europe is very tourist. I think I don't know how much money they do with tourism, but I think it's a huge money. They don't like too much because they don't see us like tourists. They see like immigrants. They see people from Brazil or from Latin America, even
Mhm.
another places like immigrants. Even we are tourists, they don't see us like tourists.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Maria, for sharing. Arnaldo, how about you?
yeah, I think Japanese is most interesting because when I was a child, I remember I watched it TV series such as Jaspion, Jiraiya. Do you know this series?
My my mother, you listen me?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah. My mother used to say that series to me, Jaspion.
Uh,
She said that she watched so much when she was young, and I love Japan culture because the manga and some anime I like to watch and read. And I love so much Cavaleiros do Zodíaco, you know. I love to watch. And I don't know if Cavaleiro do Zodíaco é do Japão, I don't know, but I love to
I don't know.
watch. And the culture is good, you know. Maybe some things there I like to see. About
Uh,
me, go ahead.
Sorry, I complete my answer.
No, go ahead.
I like the food. Japanese food is very good. The architecture and the people respect each other is very important for your culture. And I'd like to Brazilians uh, copy this attitude. Will be very important for our futures. Oh my gosh, I forgot this word. Uh, uh, Generation. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
easier.
I like this part of Japanese people about the respect, you know.
Mhm.
And they don't like to, I don't know if this word is right, but disturbing, maybe tipo perturbar the other people, you know. And here in Brazil, people don't respect it, you know, don't respect your personal uh side, maybe. Seu lado pessoal, seu, you know, your space. They don't respect your space. Maybe they don't respect other things, a lot of things. Maybe people um, listen music so loud and in public area, you know, and a lot of things. So here in Brazil, it's complicated. I like the party and things like that, but you have to respect the other people, you know. Okay, in my case, I prefer not. I like the New Zealand, I think that's it, Nova Zelândia, New Zealand culture. About the, I don't know if you guys watch this video on YouTube or in other social media about the dance war. I think it is dance war, you know? I think it's haka. I don't know how to say that. You know, it's amazing. I love to watch these kinds of video, and I want to travel one day to go there and to watch this. You know, in personal. Okay, so let's go to number two. So I don't know, what are some culture difference between Brazil and other countries?
So number two. Yeah. I think there are a lot of difference between Brazil and other countries, even Latin American. Firstly, the language is different. Uh, Brazil is one of the unique. Brazil, it's speak Portuguese. Yeah. Uh, but I think the American these different is influenced about the geographically and colonization about the European. It's uh, or it's important to influence our culture. Geographically, about the this country is very hot along the year, I think although the year, compared to North countries, hemisphere, North hemisphere, for example, Canada and US or Europe, and the people is there's a distance each other. In Brazil, it's different. The I don't know exactly, but I think it's influenced directly about the mix of the culture, the colonization about the Africans, Europeans, and others cultures influencing in our cultures in Brazil.
Thank you, Arnaldo, for your sharing. So, Maria, and you, what's your opinion about this question?
I think there are some culture related to colonization, like Arnaldo said. Like in Brazil, we speak Portuguese because of Portugal, and another countries in Latin America have different cultures in holidays and the language and religion because they are from Spain, for example. But we have some different mainly in the behavior. We are even we pass for a lot of problems in Brazil. I think we are happier and more harm than another cultures, even Latin America. I don't know a lot of countries. I just have been in Uruguay and we are completely different. It look like Brazil and Uruguay is not from Latin America. But we have some holidays also, like Carnival is a huge thing here, and I don't think it's a huge thing in Argentina or Chile, for example. And in other places, we have like Thanksgiving is not a big holiday here, and also Halloween that is not a big thing here, but I believe is increasing in the last years. People are celebrating more, but mainly because of the way we living. Like I said, we have different colonizations, and also we create a Brazilian culture that are very specifically. I don't believe that there are Brazilian ways to live in another country. Just Brazilians have this way of living. But I like the difference. I think is very interesting when you know different ways to live and different ways to celebrate the same holiday. I like this process.
Yeah. You said a good point because here some people celebrate Halloween, and it is totally different because it's not our culture, to celebrate Halloween. And here we do in different way, maybe doing I don't know how to say that in English, tipo festa fantasia, customer party, I don't know. Yeah, customer party. And it's totally different. It's not Halloween. It's just a customer party. And people put a customer and celebrate, but it's totally different. It's not like in the United States or other country that you see a lot of people in on the street with a customer or a lot of house with decoration, about Halloween and things like that. Seems like oh my God, Christmas. They decorate the house, but here in Brazil, you don't do it. Just in Christmas, we decorate the house, out and inside. I think it's just in the Christmas. I think we don't have other holiday that we decorate
Yeah, it's
the
just
house.
Christmas. And you said about Halloween, and I was thinking that we try to reproduce, but it's not your culture. I think we made just a party. It's not the feeling. It's similar to Carnival, People from other countries try to do the carnival in other places, but they don't have this feeling to, oh, it's our holiday. So I think culture is very about it. You have to feeling that you're inside that place and that behavior.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. So, guys, let's go to the next question. So, Maria, have you ever experienced culture shock? How did you feel?
Mm, let me see. I think yes, but I'm not remember exactly. I know, for example, I was born in a really small country that here we listen a lot of sertanejo and we have like rodeios. And
Mhm.
when I lived in São Paulo because of my degree, people doesn't know what rodeio means. Like, what is it? Is a party? What is that? So for me, is a little bit of culture shock because I grew up in a place that rodeio is the most, if the most expected event of the year. If I don't like this, is like from my is a culture from my city, and in São Paulo, people doesn't know about it. They don't care about it. They have a different culture, like more street culture is different. And
Like Faria
we
Lima?
are at the same state, so it's not so far, but it's completely different.
Yeah, I know. I feel you because I live in a small city, here in Rio de Janeiro, not in the capital, and I see some things different, you know. But about the experience of culture shock, uh, um, I have one travel abroad to Argentina, and I see the different things because there, uh, it's I think it is strange to talk about it because I don't go to the place and see it all the time. But when I get there, I don't see black people, you know. It's really, really difficult to see black people there in Argentina. And this for me was a culture shock because, okay, here in like in America Latina, Latin America, I don't know, I don't remember. Okay, we are mixed, I think, you know. In Colombia, you see, in other country, you see, but in Argentina, it's very difficult. You see some people, you know, some black people, but it's not like in Brazil or like in other country, you know, it's very different. So this was my first culture shock, and the other things that happen there as well, about the weather, the 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 cold that I didn't feel here in Brazil, mainly in Rio de Janeiro, because I don't felt the same, I don't know, sensation maybe about the weather, and yeah, things like that. And you, Arnaldo?
I I never left Brazil, but I only to go to Paraguay and Argentina, the border, Foz do Iguaçu, I think. But I my shock, cultural shock, I experienced when I traveling within Brazil. Uh, is a big country and is a difference between southern with between northern is great. I remember when I went to Gramado as big difference when I went to Paraíba or Rio Grande do Norte. Uh, a lot of people the perfume. I don't know the perfume and the body and the color of the skin. Yeah, the uh, the treatment with water is different. The southern the people is more frozen. I don't know, and compared to northern Brazil is very different in the same country. Yeah, but I think it's because the big country. Uh, you said about the Uruguay is different, but Uruguay is a small country, and there are approximately 3 million 3 million people, I think. Brazil, there are a lot of people. Yeah, 200 million people is big. Yeah, you're mute. Yeah.
Sorry. Let's go to another country, another question. So, Arnaldo, what do you think is the biggest challenge when adapting to a new culture? Now you, no, you are muted.
I've learned with you. Uh, I think the biggest challenge when I adapted a new culture and specifically another country, I think the main barrier is speak your language, um, because it's important for communication between between people, and possibility to buy a food, uh, to go to uh, another place. And I think the foods, it's important too, because, for example, Chinese food is different compared for our food in Brazil. Uh, Even our food is different in the regions. South food is different as South northern food, but Chinese food, uh, when the people eat a lot of things different, such as insect, and mice, and another specifically meals is, I think the biggest is the language and foods, maybe.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because I want to know some Asian countries like China, Japan, and maybe Thailand, but I don't like seafood, and for me, I see in some videos that meat is expensive than seafood. And for me, I don't know what I will survive with this food. For me, the challenge is food. But yeah, I don't know. I think about the food for in the first, and the second, the language. The language is the worst as well. So, Maria,
I believe that the biggest challenge is the feeling of solitude or loneliness. Like you are away from your family or friends and you need to change your routine. And this includes language, food, like clothes, because sometimes the weather is completely different. And it's hard. I believe that this feeling is the biggest challenge because with the time you will learn the language, you will try to express yourself, and you make some things to make your own cook and try to learn new ways to eat in your meals. But this feeling, I believe that is a long term because you change everything. It's not like you have the house of your mother or some friends close to just go with a bar and talk. You just have your phone when you have a different culture and we are in another country. And also, I believe that we have levels of challenge, because language, I believe, is hard, but you have a lot of tools to improve by yourself. But sometimes another things are more difficult, like you have to find a place that, like, Brazilians going to, you need to find a church or some place that have your religion, and it's like you need to figure out everything in a different place, and and start to understand that it's not the same, but you need to keeping going on. It's hard to explain, but it's like a feeling that you are alone, but you are not. You
Mhm.
just need to figure out everything.
Yeah, I understand you. And I I don't know because I never go to another country that the culture is totally different than Brazil. Because here in Latin America, we like to talk, we like to know people, we like to meet people. But in another country, people don't like so much to do it, like you said. They like to stay alone, maybe listen music, read a book, and I don't know if we like Japan. If we start a talk with people, I don't know if they will respond. Maybe I don't know. Your question or things like that. Like in Brazil, if you make a question for people here in Brazil, they are talking with you, and start a conversation. Maybe you get out there with a friend, you know, and in another country is totally different. I don't know, but good point. Okay, let's go to another question. So, Maria, how do traditions shape a country's identity? Can you give an example?
Mm, I believe that when a country made something for a lot of years, they became famous about it. For example, when you think about Italy, we think about pasta. And even Italians don't just eat pasta. We related Italia to Italy to pasta. In Brazil, I don't know, but I believe that people related Brazil with samba and Rio de Janeiro and caipirinha. So I believe that there are some little points that make the is not the real culture, but some biggest points of the culture. Because in Brazil we know our culture, but in other countries they have a different view. So there are some, I think the coach is not completely the culture, but the main points of behavior. Like we like music, so they think about samba and funk. We like trupag, so they think about caipirinha. And also, for example, in Italy, we think about pasta because I think that the most easier thing that everybody likes from Italy, so is the most famous, so everybody related to Italy. And we have this with a lot of countries. Japan, we think about cartoons and sushi. And so is these main points, not the real culture, but the things are easier to everybody likes.
Yeah, in Mexico, I when I remember Mexico, I think in burrito and things like that, So and rebelde. So I think this is in that identity of this country. Thank you, Maria. Arnaldo, what's your opinion about this question?
Uh, I think traditions contribute to preserving uh, a country's identity, um, its history, values, and customs. The each countries. For example, in Brazil, the traditional carnival is a major part of the national identity. Yeah. Nowadays, it's possible to see a lot of manifestation. Yeah, Brazil started, we started to work after Carnival finished. And because Carnival reflects the diversity cultural about the colonization, African, Portuguese, and another influence the other countries and our cultures too. Yeah, for other countries, Brazil is famous for your carnival.
Thank you, Arnaldo, for sharing. Let's go to another question. So, Arnaldo, what are some unusual customs in your other country that you find fascinating?
Mm. You said about the Mexico. I like this one date, specifically date. I think first or second, the November 2nd. I don't know the order. Um, the day of the dead, Dia de los Muertos. I think
Yeah.
it's very cool because um, while in Brazil is different, while in Brazil the people crying during this ceremony, yeah, in Mexico is different, completely different. Yeah, because it's decorated with photos, candles, and sweets, and a lot of I don't know oferendas
Mm-hmm.
to for this true party. Yeah,
Yeah, they make a party, so it's amazing.
yeah,
I see that in a animation move, you know, but this
yeah.
is amazing. So, Maria,
I have a similar uh, behavior that I find fascinating. That in Mexico, they treat death different from Brazil. Like Arnaldo said, in 2nd November, we like sad and cry and think bad things about the past. But in Mexico, also in India, they deal with death in a different way. It's like the person uh, you be in a better place, and we need to celebrate everything that this person bring to us in life. So I think it's fascinating the way that some cultures deal with death, because for us it's difficult to deal. We have some bad feelings. Of course we will be sad with when someone died, but the way that Brazilians deal with death is completely different from Mexico in this date, for example. And also there are specific thing that I find out last year. We have solstice. I don't know in English, and in France they celebrate the solstice. So it's like a day that everyone stay at the streets and celebrate, because they have like 14 hours of sun. Is a day with more sunlight, so they celebrate that. And I find curious because in Brazil we have a lot of sunlight, so we don't need to celebrate this kind of things.
okay. So let's go to another question. Let me see. Um, okay, let's go to number eight. Late is eight. Late. Eight is a good one. Maria, in your opinion, what can Brazilian learn from other cultures?
Um, Maybe uh, like having more, it's not a responsibility, but make it more routine. Like we need to study with a routine. I see something like that mainly in Japan, that they really uh, made the teachers and the education are really an important thing. And in Brazil, we don't have this culture. We have a lot of things involved, like the government and everything, but I believe that this culture of being more strict or focus, I believe that is something it could be good for our culture.
Mhm. Okay, thank you for sharing. Arnaldo, how about you?
Okay, in my opinion, I think Brazilian can learn from other cultures, especially when it comes from think efficiently. Respect for the environment is important. Brazil don't have it. Respect for our environment and importance of education. I was a biology teacher. I know about it. Uh, for example, in Japan, there is a culture of discipline and respect for rules. And Europe have effective waste management. In the US, oh, sorry, in US, there is a concern, not specifically, but I think in Canada, it's great. Uh, there's a concern with recycling systems. Um Brazilian, there's a lot of ways to learn with other cultures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think here in Brazil, we have to change a lot of things because people don't respect the like environment, you know? Because okay, here we have like Yana said, we have not a system, but we try to put this recycle system, you know, but people don't follow the rules, you know, don't put the plastic there, the paper there, you know, they don't separate the things, they put all the things together. Here in my home, my mother say all the time to us to separate the trash, you know, because she likes to separate everything. And yeah, she is right, but we don't grow up, you know, like that, because here in Brazil we don't follow this, you know. Some place you see some companies, because we don't
Mhm.
see in the on the street, but in companies, some companies we see maybe in the schools. I don't remember if in my I don't know how to say that, época, na minha época of school, if we have these I don't know how to say that, but esses lixos separados, you know. And but I think nowadays have, but they people don't follow. They just find a place and they put the trash there, you know. And here you don't follow it because maybe you see on the videos that in Japan you don't see the trash in the on the street. But here in Brazil, all the time, if you go, if you live on the street, go outside, you see the trash on the street, and the people swiping. I don't know, tipo varrendo the street because the trash, you know. So it's complicated. Here you don't have this culture of
Mhm.
the
We in my house we try to separate the trash only to teach my daughters because truck the truck trash, I don't know, truck trash passed in my street and carry uh, all trash and mix it to. I remember the Cup of 2004 in Brazil, Cup of World, Copa do Mundo,
Mhm.
when the um, Japanese I don't know torcedores uh, collected all the trash in the stadium when the finished of the the play. No, the partida. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, this is a, I don't know how to say that in English, vergonha in English. Because yeah, we are we like football and things like that, but you have to respect the environment, you know. When I become a teenager in the past, I start to separate, not separate to separate the trash, but if I eat some biscoito, cookie, maybe, I don't trash the embalagem on the street. I just guardava na minha mochila. And when I get home, I put it in the trash, you know. And nowadays I do it. I don't like to oh my God, today is difficult. I don't like
Eat the biscuit
to
or
Não,
put all
não
the
gosto. Eu tô tentando lembrar como é que fala jogar. Throw away, né?
through.
Throw away. Yeah, throw away the trash, you know. And I get home and put it on the trash. So I don't like to throw away on the street. That's it. I try to remember this word. I forgot. Okay, let's go to the number nine. So, Arnaldo, do you think social behaviors like greeting or personal space are very different in other countries? Why? I think we said a little bit about it
I think
in the previous.
the Maria answered the last question, you know?
I don't remember. Answer, Maria. Sorry.
I say a little bit about this, but in
Oh, okay,
another question.
no problem. Okay. The question number nine, I think it's their influence when I go to another country, for example, to greeting other person. In Brazil is very common to kisses in Rio de Janeiro, three kisses to greeting each other. And while in São Paulo is different, one kiss to greeting another people. And another countries very different. The people to I don't know, tocar as mãos, your touch your hand. It's should a long time to the first touch your hand, touch your shoulders is a bit different. I think Latin American is are more oh my gosh, approximately não. I don't know, são mais aproximados, são mais próximos from each other. And I don't know, I think it's because our culture, it's a mixed the culture, but when I compare, for example, Canada is a mixed the culture, I don't understand my my oh my gosh, meu ponto de vista cai por terra, my point of view cai por terra. In Canada is a mixed, but the difference between the aproximação das pessoas, I don't know. You're mute again for
Oh my God. But I don't know about the Canada, but I agree with you. In São Paulo, the people greeting with one kiss. Here in Rio, we greeting with two kiss. And I remember that because I met a guy when I go to Argentina, and when I do a exchange. Oh my God, how can I say that? Tipo, intercâmbio. And we go to greeting the people that was studying together. And I remember he's living in São Paulo, and I'm living in Rio de Janeiro. And when we will greeting each other, I gave it to kiss, and he said, "Oh, you're living here." I said, "Yes." Aí ele entendeu por causa quando a gente vai cumprimentar, a gente dá dois beijos. That's it.
Yeah, two,
So, yeah.
three, four, five,
Yes,
several.
very different. Marianne, how about you?
I think so because we have different. I I don't I can find a reason that we're different in Brazil. Like in São Paulo, you give one kiss and Rio de Janeiro two kisses, but the difference in personal space is different between the countries.
Mhm.
I was in German 2 years ago, and it was very difficult to talk with people because they don't say good morning or it, we have this in Brazil. If you are walking and we look to someone, we don't say nothing, but we smile or just make something hi.
Yeah.
And in German, they don't do that, and also they don't touch. Like if you are in a bus or in a subway, we stay away from each other. They don't have rush hours like in Brazil. I don't uh, vivi this that there, but they try not to touch in another person when they talk, when they walk, when they are in a open place. In this way, they are very different, and I believe that this difference happens in a lot of countries because we have a specific culture that we are very receptive. And
Mhm.
even Latin America, we don't see this in all countries. In Uruguay, I didn't see that. They are very shy too. They talk with you, but you need to start a conversation. They will don't start. So I think it's completely different. And I like the Brazilian culture to talk and say good morning, good night to everyone.
Yeah, because for us is like education, to say good morning and these things, but in another country is not. So guys, we don't have more time to answer the question, okay? So I would like to thank you so much to attend this immersion, okay? I really appreciate this time with you, and see you in another immersion, okay? Thank you so much.
Okay.